Would you right? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, and justice for all. Can you take a minute?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Roll call. Mr. Blanton,
Here,
Mr. Robinson,
here. Mr. Reiniger is excused. We'll start out with, Mr. Reed, our administrator. I'm here reading. Thanks.
I just have a few things for the board today at our work meeting. I still have resolution 20-20 or 2023-2 pending as was tabled at the last meeting. I have made adjustments to this resolution based on the discussion that the board had at the last meeting. I would like to introduce that for your vote.
Take care of this, look at this now and then look at it when we get to it.
Which
I
have two copies actually.
Did I review the sample that's on here?
I think no. Yeah, I reviewed it as presented by the administrator, and if you're comfortable, I would make a motion that we approve resolution number 2023-2, resolution authorizing personnel incurred obligations on behalf of the township.
And I'll second.
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Mr. Blanton,
Yes.
Just as a note that I put in my report, I had a great opportunity to attend the OTA conference last week with Trustee Blanton and Trustee Robinson. I think we all learned a ton there. You know, the changes in economic development and TIP and all of those things, and I appreciate the board allowing me to attend that. I thought it was a great conference, and I think we all learned a bunch there. Next, I would like to recommend to the board the promotion of Megan Kane from part-time to full-time. She has become, I said, a very valuable asset in my report, but just an incredible asset. To us, she is just a ray of joy every day that I see her. She works down at the senior center now. As a part of that, she would also help out the maintenance department, which, as you know, when Karen was promoted to senior center director, Ron Miller lost some office time with that, which he really needs help down there. So part of her hours would be spent. She would continue with her job at the maintenance center, or I mean at the senior center, but then would spend time helping Ron out with answering emails and phone calls and things like that. So I would like to recommend that. She's just been a great asset, and after a discussion with Fiscal Officer Oser, it is within the budget. It can be funded. That position can be funded from part-time to full-time.
What is she doing? 28, 30 hours a week, right?
She's doing about between 28 and 30. Yes. Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, discussion.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. She has a fantastic attitude, is willing to chip in and help out anywhere necessary. It actually, the original recommendation that I received came from Cindy Oser herself, so, and she visualized her doing some senior center some maintenance and some admin. So as long as we're utilizing her sort of as a, Swiss Army knife and, in all three of those areas, then I think it's warranted and I support it.
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and make a change from part-time to full-time.
I will second.
Mr. Blanton,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson.
Yes.
The next thing is that this has also been a discussion that I've had with fiscal officer Oser, to add an additional position within the maintenance department. As we have expanded, we are now over 22 miles of road. As you all have just certified, not to mention we are adding a park extension, a new park at Buffalo Ridge and East Miami. So their responsibilities are expanding. We haven't added anybody since 2013 with the additional work that our maintenance department is doing. So I would like to ask the board to allow me to post an additional full-time maintenance person for Mr. Miller, with the caveat that this would eliminate part-time, having to have part-time and seasonal people in to help out and all of that. And after doing the research, we were using about 1,500 plus hours in part-time help, with a full-time person being 2080. We're right there as far as that. Now, obviously, you have the added cost of healthcare and those kind of benefits, which would probably be in about the $23,000 range of additional from what we're already spending for our part-time and seasonal help. I had a long discussion with Mr. Miller, and he is fully on board with hiring a full-time and eliminating the part-time seasonal positions for this. And I just think it's a great idea. We give Ron additional help of about, a couple hundred hours at least a year. He's got somebody that's here every day rather than somebody he has to call up when we have a snow event and ask them if they can come in.
Well, first of all, thank you for doing your homework and researching those hours, and so that we have some things to consider and some information.
I'm sorry, I also meant to say that fiscal officer Oser, did I say that, has also said that it's within his.
And one more touch base on where the money comes from, gas.
It actually comes from the cemetery and gas tax funds.
Okay, that's good to know.
I'm sorry.
No, you're. Yeah, I mean, this is your department, so I don't know if you have anything you want to share.
No, I've been in discussions with Mr. Lee about this and talked to city about it also, and I'm all for it also. Okay, so, I think it makes sense, and then going away from part-time workers to a full-time guy that we have there 24/7. So that's how I look at it. And she said we have, our budget is fine being paid out of that, that's the extra 23,000. Of that tax for the gas, whatever it's called, what's it called?
Yeah, well, the gas tax fund in the cemetery.
Okay, yeah, I mean, in light of, I know we're looking to expand cemetery as well and trying to figure out some options there in the future. And so not only what we have in front of us, but what's to come. And the fact that, everyone seems supportive of it, I'm supportive of it as well. So, as long as that caveat that you said, is reminded of that, and that,
He and I had a very, very
it's
lengthy
not
discussion, so.
but it's an or. So, yeah, I'm supportive. Do you want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion. We'll go ahead and approve Mr. Reed to post the position of Miami Township maintenance position worker in the township.
I will second.
Mr. Blanton,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson.
Yes.
Last but not least, as I said, with, Mr. Miller's additional person, we certified our road mileage with ODOT and the county engineer. We are just over 22 miles now in roads, including the new roads that were recently accepted back in, Buck Ridge, the Deer Run Estates area. And that's all been submitted to the state, and
No issues there, everything's.
no, there were no issues. There apparently was a 0.04 section of High Point Lane, which is right past our border, that we technically were responsible for, but they took that off of us and put it on. It was 400ths of a mile. And that was the only thing that was the last thing, and obviously it was not that, so that's.
Have we got notification about our inventory to do for 2023 for all of our maintenance equipment?
Yes. Cindy has it.
Cindy's got it. Or does Dan have it yet? Seen it yet?
I don't think so.
Just, do you have a copy or Cindy's got?
I think it's an email, but I can forward it over.
Okay, yeah, send it to Dan also, so I mentioned that to you before, so we might get on that, look at that. Also, what about Whispering Farm, have we heard back from the engineers?
Not as of today.
Okay. So we need to follow up on that too, and try to get a response from them, so we can get moving on that. Well, decide what we're gonna do, but at least get their, professional opinion, so we can move forward.
Yeah, just as further updates, all the fence work was done down at West Park. Which I didn't know if you were gonna bring that up. I'm just feeling thunder.
It's all good.
We got the extra gate put in on the batting cage. We got the center bar fixed. And we also got all the gates on the dog park fixed, and it looks great.
So we approved that, so the last meeting for that, within the last one.
Yeah.
And we've been trying to get that fixed, and it's tough, we've been trying to get fencing people to come out, but the baseball or the Brewers Athletic Association and Taylor, like the Taylors in there hitting on one end, they would have to go in, they would have to stop and go all the way to the other end. So now we have to that gate, finally get that pole put up on the top. 5 years. I know, it's crazy. So now
It's about 30 days.
so now they don't have to stop, and it's good utilization for us. I think it wasn't very much.
And it wasn't very much.
So, it worked out great. So,
It
yeah,
was actually the fence guy that put up the fence around the pickleball court, so he did it. Very inexpensive.
good. Yeah, follow up with the engineers on that Whispering Farm, so we can try to get moving about. And that's all I have. Do you have anything else? Mike?
No.
Anything else for Mr. Reed?
I got a question, who's in charge of all the parks? After we have a person in charge of that.
We do not of all of the parks, no, we have,
JJ.
JJ, that takes care of West Park. I think he's been to a couple of meetings. He is in charge of basically making sure the ball fields are ready, emptying the trash, making sure the bathrooms are clean, the maintenance of the concession stands and those kind of things.
I would see him as.
What use of it, so there's-
Well,
Who's in charge of the use? In other words, if I want to use it, who do I go to?
he's scheduling.
Yeah,
JJ.
yeah, JJ would do the scheduling, for anything in West.
And that's another thing we should probably put on the list.
Yeah,
Fair
we're,
enough.
yes, sir.
One thing, when you post for a position for employment, how do you post it? How long do they post it? And do you try, is that limited to only our residents or is someone from the outside of last time?
I didn't hear all of it. I know you said, how do we post it?
Yeah, how do you post it,
And what was the rest of it?
and how long do you post it, and do you have to be a resident to work there?
Oh, I don't think you have, you want to answer?
Yeah, I can answer that if you don't mind. First of all, we're gonna post it on both our website, on Facebook. We will put it up for at a minimum of 2 weeks. And no, you don't have to be a resident to apply for the job. We will take the best candidate available, that has the skills that we need. Depending on what Mr. Miller, what he needs at this time, whether it's plumber, an electrician, whatever skills he feels like the maintenance department needs at this time. He and I will get together, we will interview candidates. It's Mr. Blanton's committee, so I would think, want to be involved in that if should he choose to. We will interview all candidates, but no, you don't have to be a resident to apply for the job. And, we'll post all of the qualifications and the job description and the salary and benefits all on Facebook and our webpage.
But I would say, I would add to that just a little bit, like, all the consideration, I think that we're gonna do. The one thing I'm thinking of now is because it's winter time, but we don't wanna hire somebody that's 45 minutes away when we have a snowstorm and declare an emergency, and then they gotta get from there to here. So we gotta take, we gotta take all that into account. When we hire someone, but I totally agree, it doesn't have to be from Minot Township. I would like me to be within a decent range of Minot Township. So, any more questions for Mr. Reed? All right, thanks, Dan. All right, we're up to the public. Anyone have anything? You're welcome. Come on up, then. This is Minot, Miss Minot, I'm sorry.
You want to just?
Yeah.
From Dan. I just want to let everybody up here know what's going on with them, okay? Is, next weekend is the presidential birthday thing, and that's when we work then. And that is really a government thing. So the brief comes from the White House and the general and personal inventory of the President of the United States. But this year is the 250th anniversary of President Harrison's birth, and they have a lot going on with grants. Last year, in the state, we're going to do the same thing, and the first thing they're going to have is a concert at Taylor High School Auditorium on the 21st, and it'll be at 7 o'clock, and it's nice that it was. Will be the people that will be there. You probably will have a back cover, I think. And some of the people will be dressed in Florida dress at the time that he's born. The next event, and we haven't kind of got our, let's get one event over with at the time, is that we're going to have a car show sometime in July in Cleveland, and talk to the village, and we're going to block them off a section of Miami Avenue. And I think we're going to have bullshit for the women in the dining room. And then we're going to have planned exchange, running a planned exchange down. We've had a lot of visitors to Harrison last year. And it's really amazing at how many people are coming. And last year we had 1,595 people that signed in. Now, if they signed in, they might sign their name and family before 5 people. And we know that not everybody's going to sign in. They were from 43 states and 13 countries, no, 16 countries that visited our area. And it's a lot of tourism that's coming in. Liz is helping me with the tours now. And I wanted to know, what I called Kim for this morning was, do you have Wi-Fi in the town hall? Is there Wi-Fi in the town hall? Nobody
Are
knows.
you asking us that?
I'm asking
Are you asking
somebody, is there Wi-Fi in the
Or do you not know?
We can find out.
I thought we had
We'll
Wi-Fi.
find out.
We'll
I
find
need
out.
to
and let
know
you
the
know.
password, because a lot of the people that come and want to give us donations, we would need, if we want to sort of, you know, square one in there, we're gonna need something like that.
Like a one time
it
was, but I don't know if it's still there.
What's that? Oh,
Should have one time it was, but I don't know if human office were down there.
Right.
I'm not sure.
I hope you think we're doing good.
Right,
We can
I've
find
been,
out. We can find out how to do that, sure.
You know, we're,
no, it looks great, what you guys have done, the renovations and.
Well, we got vacations now.
But
Probably like that.
so it is my belief that there's only Harrison is at Berkeley in Virginia. And then Harrison's up in Indianapolis, and then at Grouse Lane and then there's another Harrison place. We're the only Harrison museum in the whole. So, we've gotten a lot of different donations of items. And the ball team, you all know that, and the sword is in the ball. It will be at the concert. Okay, so that's all I really wanted to tell you.
And when I shared last meeting that I met with, Mayor Salmon, Doug Salmons, and I had a good conversation with him, and so. Yeah, we're staying on top of any developments and.
That's the federal government thing. And it goes through Ohio district. Not local thing. They do that at every president parade, once a year, send a read. And it was started when Cheryl Ford was president. So it goes on everywhere. And, this is what we're doing is in excess of it. I did put it on the Travel Channel of Ohio yesterday. And we'll have it on the place up in the big box on the phone. That's all I really need to know.
February 10th?
Yes, 10:30 is the parade,
Yeah, 10:30 with the parade, quarter till we walk up. And then, 11 o'clock for general speech.
Okay.
just hope it's warmer. It's warmer than today.
We could change that. Oh, she told me we could change it. I'd like to change it tomorrow. I've, experienced comes with revenge, I think, a couple of times, they've seen it out there. So anyway, thank you.
Thanks, Pat.
All right, anyone else from the public? All right. Chief, you want to come up?
Yeah.
And then you have a few issues.
Good. I got she got an email from Sissy about what we're talking about. We're wanting to replace our CPR mannequins. So it'd be 4 adult mannequins, 2 infant mannequins, plus our AED trainers. I think the ones we're using now are 20+ years old, so we'd like to replace those. The cost of those is $209 to replace everything. And then also, these are in the budget. And then, the International Fire Training Conference, coming up, I think that's in people. I have to go ahead and purchase 2 positions to send, folks up there to do the training up there, and that's $1,280. And then I got one more thing. It's got an email today.
Well, hold on a second.
Okay.
So we got CPR training then.
Yeah, 1,709.95.
How much?
1,709.
1709.95, okay. Then we
Yep.
got the FDIC
FDIC.
International Fire Training Conference, 480, and right.
That's right.
Okay, what else did you say?
The last one's not a cost item, so if you want.
Let's take care of these first.
Okay.
Any discussion?
I know I saw an email, the content.
Did you see this? You looked at it, right? Okay.
I'm all in. No, perfect. Okay, as far as the mannequins, there's, I mean, you use those, that same company, you're happy with what they.
Actually, we have our first public CPR class Saturday, and we had 10 folks signed up for it. I wanted to try to buy these before then, so we didn't make the deadline, so I wasn't following up. For Saturday, for after that, and what's really nice is with these, it has an app that you can download on your phone, so as you're doing compressions, you can see that you're doing compressions right, how much air is going in the lung, so it's an app on your phone, so it's really neat, people really get it, you know, it's just good training tool. So we use them for the firefighters to do their training, plus we use the building.
And then, for the training, this is just general.
That's all specialized training, we send 2 people at least every year.
Do we know that?
I'm the wrong one. Yeah.
It's yours.
No, I'm not sure who it is. I'll have to tell you who it is. That's Shelley Farrell.
Okay. I was just curious, so. I'll go ahead and make a motion that we approve the CPR training mannequin and International Fire Training Conference. The mannequin is $1709.95 and the training conference is $1,280 either.
Second.
Mr. Blanton,
Yes,
Mr. Robinson,
Yes.
Kim. Unless I'm just-
thank you.
I'll get back with you. Ryan McEwen, and you know Ryan with the EMA. He sent me an email today, and they're doing, mitigation meetings, and they're doing them all around the county. And he reached out to me and asked me if we could host one here. And I guess it's gonna be for the area trustees, fire departments, police departments, public safety, everybody. He asked if we could do it on March 2nd. I called Carrie, she wasn't 100% sure if the 2nd was available. She thinks it is. She wanted to check tomorrow and get back with me. And, so I just wanted, if that's available, would it be okay to tell Ryan? If we want
Is it during the day?
Yes, it's actually, it's gonna be on the 2nd, and it's either gonna be a morning session from 9 to 12, or in the afternoon from 1 to 4. If you have a preference, I can tell you, you can do either or.
No, that sounds good.
And what's it for, Brian?
That's a mitigation meetings.
It's made up of different agencies, correct?
It says exactly what he says here. It says that, it's to discuss, FEMA's requirements for updating our mitigation plans. And we'll be inviting township trustees, police, fire, public works, planning, and anyone else for any jurisdiction. That says.
Thanks, very much.
Okay. So as long as Gary is available, I mean,
No, I think that kind of stuff is great, and we're bringing in, collaborating with a bunch of different cities throughout the region and letting them see our space and, getting their partners, so he's good.
I'll check as soon as Gary lets me know, I'll let him know, and then once he signs off on, then we'll send it out to everybody's.
What about the internet?
That's included in that
During
price.
that one?
That's
She
included.
just added, so we just, yeah.
You want to make sure you got the whole thing. As far as, so we wouldn't have any planning obligation.
It doesn't say like we're supposed to do it, he just said host the space. Okay, so he didn't say anything like refreshments or anything like that, and I can ask tomorrow night. And we have till March.
You know what, I think it's a good thing we have it here.
I'm not sure if all are gonna invite from around the area, but he says, the trustees and everything, so I'm assuming it'll be whitewater training.
Got anything else?
Anything else?
Okay, thank you. Any one more chance, anybody in the public would like to come up? All right, we'll go to the board. Mr. Brenner is excused, Mr. Robertson.
I I know we have said it, I think I've said it at every single meeting, and instead of saying we're going to meet, we actually have a date on the calendar, and it is tomorrow. But Mr. Lee and I are meeting with Red Cross Media tomorrow finally, and they're gonna come here and look at our setup and give us so they can give us a proposal, and that we can either figure out whether we're going to update and upgrade our current system and set up for televising and recording our meetings, and or if we're going to contract with them and see what they have. So I know it's taking way too long, but we do have that tomorrow, and I will put them together and bring these options to the rest of the board at our next meeting. I have had extensive, and I talked to Mr. Beck, Mr. Reed, I continue to have extensive conversations with everyone involved regarding the roundabout. Particularly, I talked with Carrie at Branstetter Carroll for a long time. She sent me some updates. She sent several of us updated drawings of the utility drawings from Duke, from Waterworks. I tried to explain to her that again, we're not civil engineers, and so I tentatively have a meeting. I'm looking at Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, to have a meeting with them, with Duke, with everyone involved. So Duke is gave us a rendering that showed where utility poles would be located, particularly on the open lot out here. And I tried to explain to them that our plan we've discussed as far as developing that with my signage and all the other ideas that we have, and that we can't have it interfere with that, hopefully. And so again, they keep sending me drawings, and I said I want someone to come out and say, this is where the hole would be, this is where the hole would be, and not just looking and trying to guesstimate, how would far. So again, pulling together the county engineer, Branstetter Carroll, Duke, Waterworks, everyone else. And I know that there's some things that you may want, to be aware of, Chief, as far as everything else. So if you want to, attend that, you're more than welcome.
Please let me know.
But we're hopefully going to get an update, and obviously, we'll expect that as well. But the goal is to do that hopefully Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this coming week, because Duke is, we wait, and then they say, okay, here's this, and decide quick because we need to move forward, and you're holding it up. Well, we've been in a holding pattern for a long time. So anyway, again, that's another thing that I hope to be able to update the board on our next meeting. I did take a tour of my Newport power plant, and wow, that was eye-opening. I got all the way up on the top, and the wind was blowing pretty good. So they were joking and laughing with me to make sure I wasn't afraid of heights. But yeah, that was an interesting experience to see what an incredible setup they have. And otherwise, again, I also enjoyed OTA. I think it is very informative and valuable experience to go up and learn a lot. And so I had several things that I brought back, tidbits to put in place and implement here. And finally, I have a contract with, we already discussed last month or last meeting about the summer concerts. I have a contract with DBA. I just need to sign off on. I have a contract with Reservoir staging again for August the 4th. That is the first Friday in August the 4th. The other tentative date that I have staging for, and I'm trying to finalize the band, is Friday, June the 23rd. So that is not a set in stone. We'll start advertising as soon as we finalize the band for June the 23rd, and hopefully I can do that in the next week. But I have a stage reserved for both of those days for our two concerts. Again, I know we talked about adding more, but at least I wanted to have at least two. And I felt like that was nice that, people get out of school and they go away early June, just because, so I want to interfere with that. I looked at calendars with festivals and St. Jude and busy and, Knights of Columbus and all the other stuff that's just going on out there. And unless I'm not aware of something, I don't think that conflicts with everything in our area. That's too much. So those are the 2 dates tentatively that we're looking to do.
Sounds good.
And I think that's it. Unless there's any other questions.
Any questions from Mr. Robinson? I don't got to keep that real quick. We did, Mr. Reed, Mr. Robinson mentioned, we did get an OTAs up in Columbus. I thought it was very informational. It was really good. One of the classes we went to that first afternoon, I think it was first afternoon, ethics, it was like Thursday. We went to the ethics class, so we all three attended that. And I'll tell you, the class that I went to that was very informative was indigent burials, and we had 3 of them this year. We found out a lot of information that we didn't know how, like one, how to recoup township money funds that we spend for that, so which was really good. And the grant or the state's got a system for that set up already, which I had no idea about, but we know about it now, so we'll be able to recoup some of those funds in the future for it. So, but it was really good, really good seminar. And that's really all I have. Does anybody else have anything? I'm shocked at my time. So we're all good. With that being said, I will make a motion to adjourn.
So,
Mr. Blanton,
Yes.
Mr. Robinson.
yes.
All right, thanks everyone for coming.